I took a job as a fire lookout in the Appalachian Mountains. I should have read the rules. I wasn't supposed to leave the tower. That was rule number 1. But when something starts knocking from 60 feet above the ground, you stop caring about rules. 3 weeks ago, I took a job as a fire lookout in the Appalachian Mountains. It paid well, too well, honestly. No experience needed, no coworkers, no cell signal. Just a radio, a supply drop every 2 weeks, and a list of rules. I thought it was a joke. Until night 3.
The tower sat alone on a ridge, miles from the nearest trail. Wooden structure, old, probably built in the 60s. You had to climb 6 flights of narrow stairs just to reach the cabin. Inside, a bed, a desk, a pair of binoculars, and a radio that only worked when it wanted to. The first 2 days were peaceful. Too peaceful. No birds, no insects, just wind. On the second night, I finally opened the envelope labeled "Read Only After Sunset." Inside was a handwritten list. Rules. It said, "Do not leave the tower after dark. If you hear whistling, do not respond. If something is seen in the tree line, do not observe it for more than 10 seconds. If the radio turns on by itself, listen, but never reply. If someone knocks on the trap door, do not open it. If you see lights in the forest, close your eyes until they're gone. If you smell something rotting, hide under the bed immediately. If you hear your name, it is not me." At the bottom, in different handwriting, Rule 9 was removed. Do not ask why. I laughed. Actually laughed. That stopped later.
Night 3. Around 2:17 a.m., the radio clicked on. Static at first, then a voice, low, distorted. "You're watching too long." I froze because I had been using the binoculars. There was something moving in the trees. Tall, too tall. It didn't walk like a person. It bent wrong. I remembered Rule 3. I dropped the binoculars immediately. The radio went silent. The next morning, I tried to leave, pack my stuff, hike back down, but something felt off. The trail wasn't there. I swear to you it was gone. Just trees, endless trees. I climbed back up to the tower. That's when I noticed something new carved into the wood near the ladder. You were seen. I hadn't noticed that before. I started rereading the rules. That's when I realized they weren't warnings. They were survival instructions.
Night 5. I heard whistling. Soft at first, like someone trying to mimic a bird. Then it got closer and closer, circling the tower. I covered my ears, but then it changed. It wasn't random anymore. It was forming patterns, like language. Then it stopped. Complete silence. And then a whisper right beneath the floor. "Hey." My blood went cold. "Can you come down?" It sounded like my brother. He lives 500 miles away. "Please, I'm hurt." I didn't move. Rule 5. Do not open the trap door. Then came the knocking. Slow, heavy, deliberate. Each knock shook the entire tower.
The smell came next. Rotting, like something dead left in the sun. I didn't think. I dove under the bed. Rule 7. I stayed there, holding my breath. The knocking stopped, but I heard something else. Climbing, not on the stairs, on the outside. Something was scaling the tower, claws scraping wood. Slow, patient. Then it reached the top. Silence. And then footsteps inside. I could see its feet from under the bed. They weren't human. Too long, too thin, bent backwards. It walked slowly across the room, stopped right above me. I shut my eyes. I remembered another rule. Rule 8. If you hear your name, it is not me. Then it spoke, perfectly, in my voice. Come out. It's safe now. I didn't move. Minutes passed, or hours, I don't know. Eventually, the footsteps stopped.
Morning came. Everything was quiet again. Too quiet. I crawled out. The door was still locked, the trapdoor still shut. Nothing inside. But on the desk, the list of rules had changed. There was a new line, written in fresh ink. 9. It learns. Do not let it understand you. And below it, a sentence I know I didn't write. It knows your voice now. I've been here 12 days. The supply drop stopped coming. The radio hasn't turned on in 2 nights. But sometimes, just before I fall asleep, I hear someone outside the tower, calling for help, using my voice.